Alrighty, everyone, welcome back to the Vet2Track Superspeedway series live here on Extreme Sim TV. And back in the booth with you this week. It is Mr. Matt here and ready to go racing yet again. Vet2Track Superspeedway series. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. We had a broadcaster lineup change for tonight in the booth with me tonight. Here in just a moment when I turn him on here, Mr. Kendall Paul going to come out and help me call this one here tonight as we get ready to go racing here in the Vet2Track Superspeedway series live here only on Extreme TV. Mr. Kendall Paul, you got a copy on me?
Yeah, I got you. How's it going, Matt?
Going good, and thank you, sir, for coming out and giving a little bit of assistance.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
Alrighty, man, we're going to have some good plate racing here coming to Daytona, the 08 Wore Out Surface. We've seen this place before. Very bumpy, hard to get a hold of. And these drivers are going to have to complete 65 laps around this joint here tonight. As here as we get ready to go. Again, All-Star Week, so it's going to be a fun week of racing here. And unfortunately, the points are not going to update. But your points leader here tonight coming in around, I do believe, is Joe Arwin. I am 90% certain of that. I'll go double check it so I don't give misinformation. Misinformation, Matt, Mr. M. Misinformation. All right, we're going to get qualifying underway. Kendall, what are you expecting here tonight as I go make sure I didn't shoot myself in the foot here with misinformation?
Well, tonight, like you said, it's the old Daytona, so it is a very bumpy track. So before they resurfaced it, I believe, I forget when they resurfaced Daytona, or made it improvements, but it's a very bumpy track. I mean, it's very hard to keep the car under control, especially in the draft. Tonight, I'm going to expect some, like we see always in super speedway racing, is close, tight pick packs. I've hopefully here in 65 laps, they stay kind of get single filed out for a little bit, and then kind of battle it out towards the end. For different leagues, there are different ways, and um, it's gonna be an interesting one tonight.
And look at that. I didn't give misinformation. Out of G Lightning Motorsports. It's Joe R. Wells, your defending race winner last week, going to take it to the points lead here in the Vet2Track Superspeedway Series. Again, qualifying underway right now, so we're not going to talk to anybody just yet. We're going to let them focus on qualifying here. I know, and here comes the comments, oh, qualifying. But it's not as easy as you think it is. You got to keep that car awful stable, man, to get a good lap.
Oh yeah, it's all momentum based. I mean, um, you wiggle out of four or something that loses 2/10 or loses 200ths. That's they're already running within tenths of a second of each other, so it's all momentum based, and it's a very tough track. It's all super speedways are very tough to get the pole position.
Right now, we're looking at it here. You see Likens right now, Johnson, Toby, Burns, Mark Ackerman there, Joe R. Wells there in that beautiful number 3, coming up to speed as well. Man, you got to hope for Joe going 2 in a row here this week. I know he's got that points lead here, and he's looking at it. And if he can just hang on a few more weeks, he's going to go and grab him a title. And one more thing about that too, Kendall, and I'm looking at the schedule. iRacing Super Speedway final round.
That's it. To me, I think iRacing Super Speedway is one of the harder super speedway tracks because you just have that major transition from the straightaways to the turn that it's very hard to kind of keep that car under you sometimes, even when you got the second car trying to side draft you. So it's going to be interesting to play the host for the championship.
Yeah, it is, man. And of course, Kendall may be here for this one. You never know when Kendall may be here.
Yes.
Most of the time. Or storm chasing.
Or storm chasing. I mean, got a chance for Thursday, so fingers crossed.
I mean, we hope everybody is safe out there, but Kendall wants to go storm chasing, so, there's that. Wells into 11th here. I'm going to put a disclaimer.
Yes.
Thought he was going to go storm chasing near me earlier today.
Well, you see, by the time I get there, clear from Kansas, it's gonna be quite a drive.
Yes, sir. Okay, so I think we've got a couple of guys available to talkie-walkie with us here that are wrapping up their qualifying sessions. Who are we going to into the broadcast booth tonight, Kendall? Start this one out with a bang. Kind of a bang. Out of G Lightning Motorsports. He is your current reigning points leader, Mr. Joe R. Wells. Matt, in the booth with Kendall, you got me, buddy.
Hey, Matt.
Alrighty, man, you are our reigning points leader right now with just a few mighty rounds left. What's it going to take to keep that number 3 out front and walk away with a championship this season?
I think to keep things right and get Dale back in world championship contention here, I think what we really need to do is focus on beating Barney. He's definitely my strongest competition. I know that that Travis had to take a couple weeks off, so I hope everything's well with him. But it's going to be interesting. Really excited, but I definitely know I got a target on my back here in the next 4 races.
But again, best wishes to Travis there. That's highly unfortunate. But now you got to hold off Mr. Barney, and like you said, up. This track going to be slick here tonight. Joe, best of luck to you out there on this bumpy surface. And man, right now, 23-point lead. We'll see what happens.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Kendall. I'm looking forward to seeing how this race goes, and hopefully I'll be talking to you at the end of the race.
Alrighty, man. I'm going to move you up to 3 Lightning Motors, buddy.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
No, I don't know what. Now you're the weather expert in here, right? What exactly is a G Lightning?
You know, I've never heard of that. Um, I know positive, negative lightning charges, but I've never heard of G Lightning. Maybe it's a company or something.
Possibly. I was looking for a weather explanation. Damn you.
I don't have no explanation. I don't even think it's a weather deal.
All right, we're ready to go, and let's take a look at our front row here tonight. It is going to be Mr. Barney and Lucas Lyons right now on the front row here, row number 2. It is going to be George Burns and Daryl W. Johnson in row number 2 right now. Philip Manzo and Corey Kobe starting row number 4. He is your reigning points leader and also one of the cleanest drivers on iRacing, Mr. Joe R. Wells, alongside Al Likens, alongside him. Row number 5 here. Mark Ankerman right there alongside Keith Fonseca. Going to start row number 5. Jeremy Joshua McKinney. Here in row number 7, Christian Elliott and Mr. William Kerwin. Right there in the beautiful number 52. Row number 8, Jeffrey Ordon and Mr. Thomas Teagan. It's Thomas the Man Teagan back there in 16th. 17th is that competitor for the points lead right now. It is going to be that man, Mr. Robert Barney. Going to try to bring it to him alongside Lucas Lyons. Home field of cars here tonight, and we are about ready to go. Mr. Ken Dale, are you ready?
Oh yeah, looking forward to it. I've never seen racing at the old Daytona for a long time, so it's gonna be fun to watch.
Well, I tell you what, you say you're a storm chaser, but we're going to have a storm to shake.
It's gonna be interesting with pitting strategy, because I just looked up. It's only 55% fuel, so I mean, what, they're gonna make 1 to 2 stops tonight?
Yeah, somewhere in there, 1 to 2, depending on how this plays out. The iRacing pace car are going to dive down pit road, and the green flag waves in the Vet2Track Superspeedway series is underway on Extreme Sim TV right out the gate. Go into turns number 1 and 2, 2 by 2. And I would imagine early Kendall, they're going to get in the line and do the focus ride and not push the issue.
Oh yeah, you don't want to push the issue too early. I mean, really, if you're the leader, you're kind of a sitting duck, and you're also just wasting fuel out there. So I can see all this fuel going single file here pretty soon once they kind of figure out, find their gap, that sort of thing. But I mean, I've been
Wrong before.
proven wrong before. So
See how this plays out. Right now, a little bit of bump drafting up top. Lyons and Daryl W. Johnson right there as well. Lap number 1 in the books, boys and girls. And out front, it's Lucas Lyons leading the way.
yeah, the 93 really helped him out around the track, really pushed him out. Almost got clear the inside line, but I mean, the inside line has a short way around, but
He's going to bail on him. Oh, I thought he was bailing on him there for a minute.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to go down the inside line, take the inside line. But I think the 25 of Lucas Lyons, he's just happy up to the top line.
All right, let's get in ahead of our points leader. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier on, right? We talked about all that, but we're getting to that point of the season where it's very important. If you're in the head of that number 3 machine, the plan has to be, in my opinion, or safe and protect that 23-point lead. This style of racing, anything can happen at any time. You almost have to go in a defense.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he's right now clear back to the 18th. He has a little bit of a gap on the 12, but he's going to go back into the high side lane up there. I think he's just waiting out for the big wreck, like you said, play defense here at first, and then come back, shake it up towards the end. I mean, he has 23-point lead. I'm not sure how points really work out here in this series, but as long as the second place guy doesn't have a good finish, he can really finish wherever.
The issue, it really doesn't even, for me, I wasn't plate racing. It doesn't matter your points format. Because of the style of racing, you're kind of gambling regardless. Right? Anything can go wrong here.
Every move here at a super speedway is a gamble. I mean, you go up high, go down low, you choose up high, that's a gamble. I mean, there's different outcomes that every little decision can make, and I think that's what makes super speedway racing so special is that you can make any type of move in the book, but every move is going to have a different outcome. Like the 3 here, he's starting to really go back and maybe starting to lose the draft, and that might be a gamble that he's willing to take. I mean, let's see how it plays out and find out. I mean, there's no predicting of what's going to happen because there's no way of predicting a super speedway race.
Unfortunately, right? Unfortunately,
Unfortunately.
I wish we could predict it, allegedly, but unfortunately we can't. Yes, that's a me and Kendall thing. Don't ask. Weird, but
Allegedly.
as we get ready to go, Johnson out front. I'm OBS side. I'm
Actually,
gonna bump you up.
Earlier before the tri-oval, the 07 and the 25, they got a little bit of contact going into the tri-oval, but I think just trying to the intense side draft because the 25, he's starting to lose his help. His help that was there with him is now on the inside leader, and he's going to duck down to be the 4th kind of car in line in the inside line.
Can we not about wreck here? Because that about scared me there for a moment. I was over here playing with audio, and I'm like, oh boy, we're already going to have a junkyard, but we saved it. Nice job. I like everybody in here. I want to see everybody finish the race clean. I don't want to see anybody have a bad night, dude. I hate when people have a bad night. Sucks for them. We hate it. We want everybody to have a great race.
Right, and I mean the really part that really stinks is if you do junk it, but then you have to still run after that to kind of salvage points off. That's when it really sucks, is because you're not having fun. You're just kind of riding around, and
Saving your point state, basically.
pretty much.
That's the only choice you do have. Now, that being said, you do have one fast repairs. You got one mulligan here tonight. Folks, I don't tend to call them fast repairs. I call them mulligans. Y'all know my feelings on fast repairs. But I get why they're there. I wish I had some in the truck series. 6 of 65 on the board here.
The 07 there on the inside line got a little bit out of line going into the corner. I don't know if that car just getting a little loose because of all the bumps, and trying to see all these cars bouncing up and down and around. It's just this surface is so bumpy.
Well, that and these Xfinity cars bumpers don't exactly match up. The guy that trained me on broadcasting, we're gonna go old school back in the day for a moment.
Oh.
Mr. Rudy Cummings would always tell me when I first got into it, yeah, man, these cars will bumper hook more than anything else. And I'm like, what the world's a bumper hook? About what a bumper hook is. They just don't line up, and it literally hooks your bumper, and you're gone.
All she wrote.
Like, goodbye. Have a good day. Icons Johnson right there as well. 8 of 65 complete. Oh.
Pretty impressive to see that second line. They only got 3 cars in that pack, but they're still keeping up with this main pack. I think the main pack's just not as tight and close together as the high side, so it's pretty interesting and fun to watch that outside line actually work together and keep it up with the leaders.
Annabelle in there pulling 4. Let's go 3. Well, we know who should go our wells. Needing to get it done here tonight. Lycan still up near the front. Boys and girls, we're already 9 laps into this one tonight. Boogieing right down through towards the finish here at Daytona. 9 laps into 65. You're like, oh, you're talking about the finish. You're only 9 laps in. Well, you see, this race is going to go by in a hurry, I think.
Oh, yeah, very clean racing so far. I mean, now we got 2 very organized lines and not a little bit pushing and shoving and door banging early on. So I think we'll go green most of the way.
Kendall, you know what's going to be hilarious? This is
Fine,
one of the
they
best.
make me eat orange.
Well, if they make it all the way, you know, we. Or on top of that, this is one of my best comments. And I've already took my sleep medicine for the night.
Oh.
So, folks at home, I'm not taking sleep medicine every time me that's so happened. Right now, right now, Phil. Oh, we got a problem.
Trouble!
Bumper hook. Yeah, I seen a bumper hook.
The
Big
park.
mess.
It's a Daytona turn number 2 has turned into a parking lot.
No, that is what I call a Walmart parking lot on the 1st of the month. That is what I call that, sir. Trust me, I know. Because I'm one of those bad habits of doing that. Oh, let's go to Walmart at, 7 o'clock at night when everybody else will be there. Let's take a look. Oh, boy. I talked about that bumper hook, and I think it made its appearance.
Well,
And
actually, that 37, he was on the high line, and he came back down on the 93. I think just trying to either side route or just hit one of those bumps wrong, and he came all the way down and hooked the 93.
I didn't slow mo. Oh, he got free on entry, is what happened. So he gets free and comes all the way back down. Originally, from the first angle, looked like maybe a bumper hook, but no, you're correct. Car just jumped around and all chaos broke loose. Once that car broke free, came down the racetrack, and Kawamo, and here we go, tax blocked. Brakes, boys, because there's nothing you can do. The 13 collected. There's Barney in the middle of it. The one gonna go for hey, the Superman car got hang time. Look at that. Man, oh man, ain't that a coincidence?
Oh yeah, went on top of another car. Wow.
Unfortunately, the car didn't fare too well from it. Caution on the board, 11 of 65 complete. First 11 in the books here for the vet. Got cars on pit road, led by Corey Kobe, Burns, Likens, Phillip, Cushion Elliott, I think, is on pit road as well. Be easier to tell you who's not on pit road with the damage we got going on. You know the man that looks like a genius right now? So are
Huh.
Wells. It
Yeah,
doesn't. That car's not got a scratch on it, I don't think.
yeah, he stayed towards the back just in case that happened, and it happened. And I also got get some big props to Phil Manzo. He was in that first line, and he what some good wreck avoidance, got that car underneath the double yellow line.
Now my
He
question
does
is,
not have a scratch on that car.
Joe in the car going nanny.
I mean, well, what now? Is he leading the pack now? He just beat almost everybody off pit road.
And he's still got his fast repair.
Oh yeah, so he has almost everything in the bag. What? Only fuel only for Joe R. Wells.
Yeah. Well, he did exactly what he wanted to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, stayed out of trouble. I mean, now we're 12 of 65 in, and it's a little too early still to be shaking it up, but closer than earlier.
Oh, everybody ready to go? 12 laps complete. So, for the folks at home watching Flow, or was watching Flow, or following along with the ASA Stars Tour, it has been postponed till tomorrow. The
Oh.
Stars Tour Last Chance race is slated to begin at 2:45 Eastern tomorrow, and then the EC scheduled to start at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Then the Cars Pro Late Model feature start at 8 p.m. for the Cars Tour, followed by the Cars Tour Late Model Stock cars to follow at approximately 10 p.m. 3 races tomorrow there at North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, big leading up to All-Star Weekend, which I'm very excited to watch and see. I think North Wilkesboro sold out. I think they sold out within like 3 days of selling tickets. So it's going to be a fun event. A very historic event for NASCAR. Could be fun to watch this weekend.
All right, here we go. Ready to rock and roll. Lights off on the pace car. Ready to do it yet again. Here at Daytona as we are 35 here tonight. I don't
I
know
will
if
be
I'm.
right back.
Yes, sir. Lucas Lyons out front. Ready to bring them back to green. Joe Orwell is playing the strategy. He'll line up third for the. Oh, Lucas Lyons, man. Going to bring them to green here tonight. Here we go. Get ready to do it. Lucas Lyons out front. Coming to green. Field. 2 by 2. Green flag in the air, and this will mark 13 and 65 on the board. And we're back at it here tonight. Everybody working their way through.
25 got a good start.
Third, he's going to jump out a little bit of a gap here. And everybody, look at this. Everybody's like, yeah, we had one major incident. We're going to the bottom. Let the single file party line begin.
Oh,
Kind of,
one car jumping now.
there goes E320 in the background, too.
Delta?
I think it was Delta, I'm not sure. Lucas Lyons continuing to lead. Elliott right there as well. Got the jokes for days tonight. Lyons continuing to lead. Fonseca right there. That's Joe Orwells. Right there in line. Corey Kilby. Philip Manseco. That come up from Manseco. Okay, Manzo. Right there in line as well. So, up there hanging tight. Comes that top side. You said they were going to pull out a line. Here we go. 2 of them at least. Now, if you're Joe and you missed the first big one, try to stay at the front of the field because usually 2 safe spots in the front and the back. Look at how much these cars are moving around.
Yeah, he touched the Joe Willis. He went all the way down to the yellow line, and there he goes again and gets those left sides just on the other side of the double yellow. I don't know if he's trying to pick up speed or what's going on with that. And
I think he's trying to skirt his.
this guy looks like he got a 4-car breakaway a little bit from the main pack, but here comes the main pack with a lot of momentum. Getting a little hairy.
Little, this is think about it, boys. Now, got a long way to go. Laps in right now. And
in that 37 earlier, he was involved with that wreck. He's right back up to what, the 4th, 5th spot now from his little fast repair, but he does not have a fast repair no more, so got to keep that in mind. And
got to be so careful, right? They could continue to lead. Got to watch for the bump to go wrong. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, it's really pack racing. It's kind of a fragile system. I mean, one little thing goes wrong, it can be trouble for the whole rest of the field, and especially if there's trouble for the leaders, it could be trouble for the whole field.
Everybody would just pile.
Yeah, like we saw with that last wreck. I mean, nowhere to go for a lot of people, and probably not the easiest to pull left and go to the grass like you would want to, but
Right now. I'm enjoying the show so far, buddy.
Oh, heck yeah, it's been fun to watch these two on the high side. Keeping up with the leaders with even the inside line having the most of the cars, but like we said earlier, it's just the top line's a little bit more compact and then the bottom line, which they're a little bit more spread out, so that's how they're keeping up with each other. And even that second car on the outside line, a little bit of rear end damage, but doesn't really affect you when you're pushing.
Able to push, like you said, stay in that. Especially if you got somebody right behind you.
25 going up to the high lane. That's going to leave Joe Arwell's a window of opportunity here to maybe get in front of this high side. Lane at 37 can get right on his bumper and push him. But all night we've seen so far, the first 20 laps, the high line's been pretty dang decent and pretty damn dominant this whole race.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Are we starting to see that high line become available to be that line? You know, we don't see it on here much, right? The whole high line parade type of thing. But man, they're so good up there. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, car out of shape as we say that. That's key. But if everybody else went up there, I think we'd get that high. Oh, Joe.
Oh!
I was about to say, there goes that fast repair. Joe works hard. Yeah, back line. And that's the thing. We as drivers, we know these Daytona Talladega races are long, et cetera. An incident or two, you see the ideal of getting down the line and staying.
Right, and I mean, learn from other people's mistakes, and also you're also still, I mean, you could be racing with the guy 20 times now in the season. You're still learning how other guys race on particular services, particular situations. So you're still learning other people's driving habits and everything.
Yeah.
And driving habits do change, so it's going to be. So that's what.
I got a question for you, Kendall. This surface being worn
Yeah.
out, how much slicker do you think?
Well, here, let me look, see what the track temperature is. I mean, the track temperature is 128, so it's a little greasy out there, so I'm sure it's a little slicker. I haven't raced on the old surface for a while, but I can't imagine that it's much different than the new surface. With on the exits, it's loose, and I'm sure with it being a little bit more worn out, and a little bit more bumpy, it's even looser coming out of the exit when you're getting in the draft. So,
Right.
I mean, a lot of people think you're going full throttle around this place, but no, you got to breathe the throttle a little bit to keep that car under you.
You gotta tiptoe it, right? You gotta wheel, you gotta baby it, you gotta make. We just gotta keep the tires feeling okay, and that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Again, 23 on the board. Easter Kendall. I gotta step away just a moment. Camera on the leaders for you, and I'll let you have at it for a minute.
Alrighty. Well, 23 of 65 complete here. He's still leading the way on the inside line. I mean, we've seen all night him go from the bottom line to the top line, kind of keeping both lines in check. He's now starting to kind of go down towards the bottom with Joe Arwell. Joe Arwell is providing a good support for him, but there again, he's going to go right back up to the top line and leave Joe Arwell with no help, but he still has momentum from the inside. We'll see if he will not have enough momentum to get to the top side of the high line. But the 37 there, right behind him, he's coming to provide support, but we haven't seen him much of a pushing support here early on. He just might be conserving that car, or maybe even babying the throttle to save some fuel. There again, the top line's really starting to form up again. Getting nice, tight, and compact line up top. And like Matt was saying earlier, are we going to see now we got 4 cars up there, and the bottom line's only has the advantage in the entrance of the corner, but on exit, the 4 cars up top, they kind of start to float away as the 37 gets a little bit more free and goes up to the almost went up midline as the high line's really starting to work the high side now. It's going to be interesting to watch, see where all these guys go later on in the race. 25 completes here at the legacy version of the Daytona International Speedway. So 4 cars on the high side. Really 2 main cars on the inside. The inside line is kind of broken up. They're just trying to, I don't know if they're trying to catch up or they're just trying to let them battle it out there. 2 wide is now the 37. I think he heard me. He's starting to push Joe R. Wells now. Providing that pushing support there to keep up with the outside line. 25 keeping the high side in check, but J.R. Wells in the 37 there is going to have a little bit of run coming out of the corner, but that momentum's going to get lost there about even with the second car. The 25 of Lucas Lyons, he's going to go back down to the bottom line to block that line. Really good driving from Lucas Lyons so far, keeping both lines in check.
Yeah, he did a good job there. But look right here, guys. I want to point this out. William Kirtland up there inside that top 10 right now. His last start here for a while due to a job change. So right now he is sitting right there. What a way to go out if he can finish up here in the top 10 or so. Oh, contact with the wall.
They went 3 wide there. The 25, I think, was trying to block the high side, and the middle line had a momentum. He just got caught in a 3 wide situation. He got cycled a little bit back, 2-3 cars in a pack. That's blocking can come back and bite you like that sometimes. Is trying to block both lanes, and both lanes have momentum and no way to stop both lanes, and sometimes you just get caught up 3 wide.
Big dum-dum. Me, every time I try blocking, it never works out well.
But no, not for me either.
I've tried it. I've tried to block 3 lanes. Usually ends up me on the wrecker. I ain't that coordinated. Some of these guys, though, are very coordinated to pull that off. I just can't.
Oh yeah, and kind of makes me wonder. He doesn't have, well, according to my list, he doesn't even have a spotter, so that's really impressive to see. If you can block both lanes, up to 3 lanes, without a actual person spotter telling you what line has a run and that sort of deal. Maybe he has some teammates behind him telling him what line's going to run and what line's not going to run.
I think it's very important here to kind of just watch your mirror, right? You're so focused on your mirror when you're doing it. That makes it hard because you're not really looking out front.
Right.
Keith Fonseca out front. Likens right there as well. Putting down lap 29 this time by. Nine on the board this time by. Nice and easy. How they wind this out.
Yeah, especially everybody just single filed out. You just got those 2 cars up front. That's the only 2 cars that are not in the bottom line. Everybody else is single file throughout the whole field. So it's going to be interesting to see what these guys' strategies toward the back are. When to make the move, what's too early, what's too late to make a move, what's the just perfect time. I mean, I think of it as a kind of a pit strategy. You can't. There's a very perfect sweet spot. Either you're going too early, you're going too late, or it's just perfect.
It's going to be that just perfect, right?
Oh, yeah.
Radically.
You want to get as close to, if not a perfect move, timing-wise. Because, I mean, if you make it too early, you can be the leader and be a sitting duck, and you got 3 lines you're trying to block. To me, always when I did super speedway racing, and when I do super speedway racing, I don't want to be that leader up front. Is because you're just a sitting duck at that point. I mean, you're trying to block both lanes and everything. You're bumper driving and everything, and that's normally sometimes how most of the time wrecks happen with the leader is they try to block it and it's a block too late.
Right, just a little bit too. Oh, a little bit of contact. Hello. Oh, that was about door-to-door contact.
Yeah, we got a lap car coming up, so it'll be interesting to see how that all falls in line. It might help the outside line a little bit. As you see the 61, he got up kind of behind the 11 there, the lap car. Got a little bit of draft off of him, and he got the lead now.
I did. Joe Orwell. Well, again, that points leader doing what he needs to do here tonight. Tell you what, so interesting to watch the strategy guys make, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that's to me that's what super speedway racing is. It's a lot of luck, but there is some strategy involved with it. And if you have a pretty dang good strategy, you have a pretty dang good chance of winning this thing. But also, it's just rolling the dice, gambling, like we talked earlier, making the right moves at the right time, and
Right lane, staying with the right person, all those things play the
we haven't seen this. Joe R. Wells now going up to the second lane, trying to see if anybody will come out of line and help him. But nobody. Everybody just want to stay single file out, but he still has a little bit of momentum. He's side drafting there with the 61 of Keith. Keeping up, he went up there and just some intense side drafting going on right now, and I'm really surprised how Joe R. Wells is keeping up with the leader right now.
now and again. It will be about 30 laps to go here tonight. Now, with that caution coming out, that is going to mess with the pit stops. About 21 laps into this stint right now. Works. Five here. Cars already on pit road. Here we go, back in the pack. We got a couple down pit road. Harrington down pit road. Along with Mr. Robert right there. Again, that's P2 and points right now on pit road. Here goes the strategy right now.
You're trying to be the first ones. I mean, I can't imagine you going to take tires. I think it's going to be fuel only stop and then get out of here and get out of Dodge. But also, it's very important of where everybody exits, because if you're too spread out, you're going to get lapped and you're going to lose a lot of time. But a very good exit for a lot of these drivers, as the 1 and the 16, they're going to be right along each other. But the question is this a too small of a pack?
I don't know. They're awful spread apart. And ideally, you'd want everybody right together, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you got those two cars there below. We'll see how that other car stakes out when he comes out of pit road. He's a little bit of distance with a 6, and now they're really starting to get spread out. So
we
that's
got more cars coming to pit road. Likens on pit road. On pit road.
and a little bit something going to bite the dust here. A little bit is the number 10 of Colby. He was the only one that stayed out that time around. He's all by himself mainly. Did he pit earlier?
I don't think so. He's going to be pitting by himself here, and that is not the way you want to do this.
No, he's pretty much all by himself now, so some strategy gone wrong. He got to hope for a caution here.
He's going to need that yellow flag to save him.
Yeah, he's going to be the only one down pit road, unfortunately for him.
But there he is. He's down pit road. That's a long road right now. Like, dadgummit. And at this moment, you're just like, no way. I did not just do this. Yeah, he's in trouble, dude.
I mean,
He'll roll out by himself.
if this was maybe a normal track like a speedway or a short track, I mean, it wouldn't be as big of a deal, but you got to have drafting partners in these type of races, and you got to have a lot of good strategy with teammates to
Make it
come out
happen.
together.
Yeah. But look right here. We questioned that pack being too small a little bit ago. Well, Barney has now taken over in front of Burns and Kerwin and Joe R. Wells. So that worked out for Barney there. It's not going to work out for Cody, though. They're going to just gobble him up like a cookie monster here.
Yeah, luckily he didn't go a lap down because that would have been major trouble for him. But he's gonna definitely get towards the back of the pack now. On this one.
And the problem there is, I don't know that we'll have a yellow because we're starting to get kind of sort of spread apart in different packs. Once that happens, you're in decent shape.
Yeah, it looks like there's mainly two main packs around the track. Then you got those little satellite packs throughout the track. But you got the main one, Barney, and that 16 machine. He's leading the main pack, leading the race. Don't think fuel. I don't know if fuel's going to be a big concern where they pitted. I imagine not.
They may have to stop again. It may be a one-stopper from here, I would think.
But I mean, they did have that caution. A lot of them did pit that caution. So I don't know if that broke it up there a little bit, and that stop just made it to the end, or if what the deal is.
I'm betting they're going to need more. I think. I'm saying they're going to need more fuel. Right now, we're starting to see this front pack really single file back out yet again.
Yeah, just gonna be riding it out. I mean, still got a little bit under halfway of the race to go.
And if we have to stop again, how important is that final stop going to be?
It's going to be extremely important of where, when, and how you get down pit road, because like we saw, like we were talking earlier, if you do pit and you get really spread out, it's going to give that other pack a very huge advantage if they can get out even better than that. Pit stops, I think, pit stops are very important. I mean, if it can make or break your race.
Yeah, especially in this scenario, right? Got multiple packs here, pretty much single filed out. Stay in that way for the moment. And 40 of 65 on the board. Knocking them off here to be coming to 20 count. Robert Barney. Right now over Jeremy. Everybody's saying kind of single file. Not a little bit of movement. Not a ton of movement right now.
It looks like Keith, he jumped to the outside line, see if anybody's going to go with him to get that second line started back up. It was working out earlier, so can't imagine a lot of people wanting to go up to the high line, but it looks like he's just trying to get cycled back to the back because you don't have no help.
The only reason I would see him stay in single file is if they know they're going to wind up at another pit stop. If they know that, I don't see them trying to get side by side.
Oh yeah, there's no real advantage to it. I mean, it's just about, if you do have one more pit stop, it's just about how you get off, how you get in, what your stop is, if you take tires or what.
I will say, if they have another one, it's going to be another 10, 12, 30. It's going to be really tight, somewhere in the 10 to go range. That makes it really important. Don't have time to make it up, right? Within 10 to go, you really don't.
And like we saw with even like Talladega in the real NASCAR series, we saw Tyler Reddick, he got loose going in. That ruined that segment of the race, and you make a crucial mistake. Gosh, mistake now. It's hard to make up because you only got 10 to go. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't mess up on this portion of the race.
Exactly. This is not the time to make a boo-boo. But right now, everything's cool and calm and collected right now, buddy.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think they know that there's still a little bit of race to go, and they just gotta kind of. They got time. Yeah, they got time. They gotta tick off some laps before they can start making those moves. And I mean, also, you don't want to give your playbook away of what you're going to do and everything early on.
So you are one of those drivers that keeps your play really close to your best.
But yeah, I mean, there's moves that you gotta make, and I mean, you can strategize all you want, but you got different playbooks to play with throughout the race. But I think you kind of keep that for 10 to go.
And I expect that the same thing, right? That really hush for what you're gonna do.
I think also you're riding in single file right now, and you're talking to your teammates of, hey, when are we going to make this move? What are we going to do? What are we going to do if this happens? And that sort of deal. So you're strategizing right now. That's why they're all lined up for single file, because they're trying to formulate a plan to get around these drivers. I mean, you got to have friends in super speedway racing. You can't just win it on your own, most likely.
Yeah, you're not doing it on your own. You gotta have a partner.
Right.
I mean, regardless, right? And that's the hard part to it. It's a style of racing is more team. Because if you got somebody that'll stay with you, you're in pretty good shape. Barney now up front. Keep in mind, Barney trying to keep up and make it work here and make up some ground in the points for Barney here. Barney in decent position out front right now with 20 to go this time by. Again, 45, 20 to go. Go this time by as Barney works his way down the front straightaway.
Be interesting what kind of oil temperature and water temperature that one machine there behind Barney is running, because the past couple of laps he's been right on that back bumper and pushing him. So maybe saving a little bit of fuel for Barney there as well. I don't know if they're teammates or not, but he's definitely burning a lot of fuel there as well.
Up there as well in the line. Go here. Jeremy, George. So by my math, we're about 10 laps away from green flag stop scandal, which will put us exactly with 10 to go coming to pit road. That's going to be interesting. Really waiting for you to start.
Oh yeah, very interesting. I mean, honestly, you got to think, is a caution going to prompt out, and what are you going to do on that caution and everything? And I mean, a lot still can happen here with 20 to go.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be the thing. 20 laps to go, still single file in the first 2 or 3 cars. Now, if I'm right and they're pitting with 10 to go, they're not going to get all double filing crazy right now, right? They're just going to stay single file.
You're going to ride it out and wait for those green flag stops, because it doesn't really matter where you are on the track when you do come down to green flag pit stops if you're in the main pack.
Right.
I mean, it's going to just depend on your exit of how close together each other are to push each other around the track to hopefully get the momentum around and get around the lead pack. So yeah, I don't see them getting bent out of shape right now.
Decision time late is what it's going to come. 18 to go here tonight from Daytona. And it's Barney out front. Great job by Barney so far, hanging on out front. What a night for him if he can make up some ground, man.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. And a win.
Gotta do is just hang on, right?
Oh yeah, but also like I was saying earlier, being the lead car is not where I want to be unless you have a teammate behind you. Which I don't know how, if that Chevy behind him is a teammate or not.
Right.
If it's not, I'd be a little skeptical if I would want to be up front.
But again,
Being
it
that
goes back
teamed
to
up.
what we talked about earlier: is you want off a pit road, you want all that help with you as well. So
Right.
it's going to be very important. Right now, 16 laps to go late. Vet2Track Superspeedway Series. Continuing to hang tight right now. They're going to be tight right now, and one car out of line. That's a little bit surprising that one car would jump out of line like that. Because you're just going to give up some ground here.
He's been doing that a couple times earlier on. I don't know if he's trying to get something started or what he's doing, or if he's just getting free and just trying to save it going up the track. I'm
Right.
not sure what, but I mean, he might have a strategy in mind that's what he has to do.
Hard decisions to make, right?
Oh yeah,
What
definitely.
about William right there in the 52, right there in that mix as well? How much would it mean to him to get up there and get a win tonight? Maybe his final start of the season and everything else. Right now, back in ninth. Got a big gap right now, 28 seconds to the leaders. But again, if the caution was to come out, that's going to bunch them all right back up.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have two distinct lines again. And then of
Back
course
to plate racing and everything we just talked about goes for naught, right?
Right. I mean, if we do have a caution, it's going to be really interesting. And so that's going to be the thing. It's also what's going to bring into play is, does caution breed cautions? What's going to happen? And that's what having like Joe R. Wells, he has that fast repair back in his back pocket just in case something does happen with cautions breeding cautions here late on. I mean, if we do have a caution now, we're going to have 10 to go, so you're definitely going to see people try to make moves and everything late.
Yeah, you got to go at that point, right? You can't. Hello. Now, on the flip side, if we don't get a yellow and you're up front in that front pack, you just stay together.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, all the cars around the track that are kind of by themselves right now, they're hoping for a caution. They're hoping for something to happen to get themselves back into this thing. But I think if you're the front pack, I don't think you're hoping for a caution.
Right now, Robert, Jeremy, Keith, right there as well. Mile 13 to go. 13 laps to go. It's going to be Robert out front leading. England to hold on late in this one. This is all, in my opinion, Kendall, this is all going to come down to this pit stop.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's also going to be the question of how many people come down with each other and how many people stay out on the track. And I mean, you can't make the mistake that Colby made earlier, that 10 machine that went down pit road by himself. You can't make that mistake now. You got to go down with somebody.
You gotta figure that out, right?
Most
To
definitely.
go. But at the moment, you're there, right? You're already there.
Looks like they're the pack's starting to catch up to a 3-car pack here pretty soon, so it's gonna dice them up a little bit. So we'll see how the field reacts to that here coming up here in about probably, I would say here in 3 or 4 laps, they would catch that little pack coming up as they're going through the tri-oval.
No, I mean, but this race has literally became a, single file parade for the last little bit. But with less than coming to 10 to go, the action will ramp up here at some point.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, like we said earlier, I think they're formulating a plan. If they have to come down pit road, they're formulating when to come down pit road. A lot of strategy going on right now.
So here tonight, the strategy calls are getting in. Here
And
we
here
go.
come. And you're going to have the whole field almost come down pit
Oh,
road now.
at least the whole front pack.
Oh, the 3 wide coming into pit
Ooh.
road.
But look who stayed out from that. Lycan stayed out. Now, normally, that would be a bad idea. But is it plausible by staying out like that, he missed the congestion on pit road, and it'll make his pit road entry a little bit quicker? Obviously, fuel only here. Here we go, starting to spread back apart. I think the tail of the tape right now is going to be going to Lycans here. Can he get on pit road smoother, quicker, etc., 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 than the guys behind him did?
16 to 1 and the 61, they are all bunched up again together already, going back down the back straightaway, so they're going to have a pretty good pack formed up already. It'll be interesting to see.
Exactly. I'm looking right now. That pack was about 32 to 36 seconds on pit lane. Let's see.
And Lycan's down pit road now with some of those lappers now, so it might work out for him.
It works out 23, 24, 25, 26, 7, 28. He was a scotch faster on pit lane.
And here comes the other pack coming down pit road. Looks like they're all clean down pit road.
Here is what it's going to be. It's going to be, can Lycan get up to speed? Time here. Going to catch him, but can he get up to speed? That's the $1 million question. And no, he does not.
And the 12 of Henry O'Connor got caught speeding off pit road, so that's going to bite him in the butt here later on. A late mistake for him, so...
Cost him here. Al Barney in a great shape to get the win here tonight. And look, Wells has dropped back as well. Joe Orwell is going to be in P7 right now. So Joe Orwell is going to be back to P7 here. Very interesting.
And they got a 3-car breakaway here, and I mean, from this 3-car breakaway you're seeing here on your, on your screen here, the next pack is 3 seconds behind that pack. If they kind of stay bunched up together, I think they can run away with it, but there is a bigger pack brewing behind them.
Right.
If they can just get single foul.
On to 8 laps to go here. Right there, there's the bigger pack you were mentioning. Do you think that bigger pack's going to run them down?
I mean, it's going to be close. I mean, we got, what, 6 to go here? And
7 to go at the stripe here, so yeah.
And no, they're actually losing time right now. They lost about 0.3 of a second to that 3-car breakaway, and I think it's just because they are double fouled up, losing momentum.
The leaders are catching lappers, which are helping them get a little bit of a draft going.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you're that second pack, you need to get in a single file line, get the most momentum you can built up, that you can go catch those leaders.
Oh, look at this. The Blappers got out of shape. It had the leaders question what was going to happen here. Might slow their momentum a little bit, but I don't know it's going to matter that much. 6 to go. This second pack is really going to have to work well together to get there. And they're still continuing to lose ground. They're not gaining at all.
Oh no, it's just because that pack is so messy right now. They're not tight together like we see with the 16, the 1, and the 61. They're not tight packed grouped together like they are. The 5 seconds now they've lost almost a second per lap.
Up to go here. Five to go, and they're still double file. Here tonight,
But
5 laps to
I mean, here's a question for you, Matt. Is with
go.
this pack that is kind of losing time to the main pack, are you really focused on trying to get that win, or are you just trying to focus on getting spots?
At this point, I mean, they're 5.5 seconds back. I'm looking at just getting as many spots. Like your Joe or Wales, right now, 4th is like a win to you because you're minimizing the points loss, right? So
Right.
that's the ideal now. For the
I think
theory behind it now.
I think for the second pack, you're hoping for a caution.
Oh, we got a call on the apron. The 1 got on the apron and it's going to cause a wreck. Caution now.
Just what
Oh
that
my
second pack
goodness.
needed.
The front pack just shot themselves in the foot.
Not what Barney wanted to see, not what Jeremy wanted to see, and not what Keith wanted to see. They had a 3-car breakaway. They were 7 seconds ahead of that second pack, but
And
they're all
now
going
to be
bunched
bunched
up.
right up. One gets on the apron there, clips it, gets free, checks up. The 37 can't get checked up in time. Or around this mark in. Well,
now it brings a question of, do cautions breed cautions?
but you know what they say, it is overtime. So, where to go? We will go into NASCAR, well, into Vet2Track Superspeedway Series overtime here.
It's going to be very interesting. I mean,
I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't see that coming.
no, I didn't see. I thought we were going to go green all the way back to the checkered. But this is going to throw a wrench into everybody's strategy, everybody's race. Now Barney, instead of worrying about 3 cars, now he's worrying about the whole field.
I did not have that in my bingo cards.
Nope. I didn't put that on the bingo card either.
Oh, now we get to find out, right, with 3 laps to go. Because it is what it is now, right?
Oh yeah, there's nothing you can do now. I mean, now if you're those front runners, you're trying to figure out a strategy of how to keep out in front, how to block all these lanes, how to block all these cars coming, because you're going to be attacked 360 degrees around that race car. For that win spot. Of course, Joe Arbwell, he's going to try to go back to back. He's going to try to defend his points championship, try to get a win to get his points even more out in front. So, I mean, you're going to see these cars going to be attacking each other 360 degrees around the leader.
Yeah, it's going to be all points built press, right? Forward to it, man. It's going to be absolutely go time.
Oh yeah, more normally overtime finishes provide some really good racing and provides really good finishes. So we'll find out. We'll see. If we're not already at 2 to go, I think we should be going around at 2 to go, if not 1 to go next time by.
They get here late. And again, guys, for coming out. Again, to yet another one for the Vet2Track. Right.
Well, green, white, checkered. Lights off on the pace car, so we're 1 to go.
Okay, how many attempts we going to have?
We got 2 attempts.
Well, how many
attempts
think we're going to use?
How many think we're going to use? I mean, we've seen these guys.
Well,
Well, we only got 2 attempts, so
this is true.
it'd be interesting to see. I mean, they've been racing clean all night long, but I mean, now all bets off the table. Um,
It's kind of go time.
I mean, it's go time. It's go time. I mean, you're in the back. You want to get to the front. Yeah, it's time to go. And
Um,
I think we're going to see 3 wide situations towards the back. I think we're going to see a lot of blocking up towards front. And it's going to be all interesting. And it's going to be interesting to see if the 16 gets a nice jump and the 1's going to come down and help push him, or what's going to happen with that little 3-car group, because they were working very well together before that caution. It's going to be interesting to watch. And Joe R. Wells, he's up to 4th now, so really
right.
fast race car right there. So it's going to be fun to watch.
Find out here. White checker for the Vet2Track Superspeedway Series. Ready to go. Vet2Track, let's go. Superspeedway Series, green, white checkered finish here at Daytona. Let's do it. About two laps to go.
Pace car down the way to safety of pit road. And Barney there, he's going to get a nice little jump. He's going to go up to the 2nd line there with the 1. It's going to be interesting where the 61 is going to fall, but Joe R. Wells, he's going to be right behind that 61 machine. He's going to be pushing him. So it's going to be interesting to watch, see who works with who.
Works with who. And right now, out of turn number 2. Right here, it'll be at 1.5 laps to go. Both lanes pretty even here. Again, the leader's got to make it to the white flag to take the white here. For this to be the official attempt here. Robert trying to hold on to that race lead. He needs it right now. Robert in good position up top. Out of turn number 4. A little wiggly woggly on the bottom. And looks like they're going to get the white, Kendall. 1 to go.
In fact, they do next time around will end their race. The 16 and the 1, they've been working really together, but 61 and Joe R. Wells there, they're starting to formulate up. So they got to get a run here off of turn number 2. But does Joe R. Wells bail on the 61 coming out into the tri-oval, or what does he do? Turning, he gets turned. And
both the points leaders. And there we go. And look who's going to get through. Likens. Kobe to 2nd. Watkinson to 3rd. But Likens leads out of turn number 4 as everybody wrecks behind him. Likens wins it.
Wow.
Joe R. Wells is going to recover to 4th. 3rd now. 4th, 3rd, 4th. Watkinson's going to get across the line. Wells to 4th. But it's Likens and Corey Kobe going to win it here tonight.
Wow.
Who had that in their bingo card?
I definitely for sure did not have that in the cards there. I mean, I'm sure Likens, he's really excited and got it through that wreck. And I got to watch back and watch how he did it and take some notes.
Great job by Likens getting through, making it happen. Checkered flag falls on yet another one. And what an ending here tonight.
That was amazing.
Wow.
That was awesome.
And remember, when we said that caution came out from that front back that started all this, it ended up costing them.
Well, yeah, for sure. And I mean, I'm trying to figure out what's
going wrong. Likens just keeps driving it. Probably like, oh boy, I'm the leader.
Yeah, looking back on the replay, it looks like, I don't know if Wills was trying to push the 61 there, or if he was trying to make a move on the 61, but instead of hitting him square, he hit him right on the kind of up towards the top of the right side quarter, and spun him around, just got everybody else collected, and Lycan's just going to be the lucky person to get through that.
It's a different version of a lucky dog.
That is a different version of Lucky Dog.
Talk to AJ there. Likens, excuse me. Talk to him. Mr. Likens, Matt in the booth, you got a copy.
Got you, loud and clear.
Well, man, you drove through that thing and you're going to go to victory lane.
Yeah, I know, it's unreal. It's like the seas parted.
Yeah, man, they made contact in front of you. You got beat, bonged around a little bit, making it through there. But at the end of the day, you made her.
Absolutely, man. I couldn't believe it. I was coming out with the lead after all that mayhem, but somehow I did it.
Man, you made it to the start-finish line, got the checker. That's all that matters.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Man, congratulations. That late race yellow changed it all up. Put you in a situation to get there, and you've done a wonderful job.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Alrighty, man. Anybody want to give a shout out to before I let you go, buddy?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the Vet2Track and Daryl Johnson and Travis Gilbert.
Oh, man. Well, again, congrats on the win here tonight, buddy.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Alrighty, congrats, man. All right, Corey Kobe. Second, take a look at. Remember, it was Corey Kobe that made that stop. Kendall by himself ended up working out for him.
Yeah, for sure did. I mean, at first I was kind of questioning the call there, but I don't know if it was to his benefit of his calling, but it works out though. He got second.
Now, what about Watkinson coming home third? Out here tonight. Watkinson right here. Vegas there. Gene, buddy, you got me. Hey, Gene, Matt in the booth, you got a copy, bud? What a race all night long. Buddy will check for Kobe. All right, man, guys. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you, Kendall, for coming out as well.
Yeah, no problem. Fun broadcasting. Hopefully be back up here in the booth soon.
Yes, sir. Watkins gets it done tonight. Kobe second, Watkinson third, Wells in fourth. Thank you for everyone coming out. We'll see you next week yet again.